I'm just getting ready to go have dinner with a friend of mine who is also a widow. I've been a widow for mm, 6 years, six and a half years, yeah. And I think her husband died several years before mine. But this lady and I have been, she has seen me, she supported me through all of the devastating experiences that I had from my husband's stroke through caring for him at home and, my cancer treatment and his death and my, response to this um, incredibly devastating for me experience of being a widow. And her approach to being a widow was quite different than mine. And I'm not putting either one of us forward as the way to do it because it's important to understand for each of us that however we do it is the right way for us. There is no right way. There is our way. And, the process takes as long as it takes. For my friend, she felt like she had to um, get out into the community and be of service however she could be, because that's just her way of being. Her husband was ill for quite a while before he died, and she, of course, spent all her time caring for him. And when he died, she knew that she had to keep going, caring for other people, being as much help as she could be. Me, on the other hand, I kind of retreated from the world. I was still working for a couple of years after my husband died, but that was really my only, other than maybe visiting a friend for coffee or dinner, my only outings were to get groceries. Once I was home at the end of the workday, that's where I was staying. It's not really that I cut myself off from the world, but I just really felt like I needed to be on my own to process this new experience in my life. What did it mean now to be a widow, to be on my own? And it took me quite a long time to recognize all the factors that were at play in my life as a married person and now as a single person. Um, yeah, it was just a really long, long process. And I'm sure my friend was doing the same thing, but her way of doing it was to be active, to be out in the world helping other people. Mine was to retreat to my tent, pull up the flaps, and not let anybody in. I mean, I did, of course, but it was really just friends, and I was in no position emotionally, mentally to stretch out and do volunteer work or take on new things. That's just not me. I had a lot of internal processing to do with this new experience. And as I said, there isn't a right way or a wrong way, but my friend and I had very different ways of managing this new experience. And we took a different amount of time to get through the process and come out the other end. She was very quick in determining what her purpose was after the death of her husband. Me, it took me a while to figure out what do I do now with this new life of mine. In both of our cases, we chose to be of service. In my case, I'm a writer, and that necessarily is a kind of a solitary function. But I used my writing to explain what grief is, what all its nuances are all about, what people can anticipate will happen to them. It's not necessarily that any or all of those things will happen because we're all so different. We all have different experiences. Um, but if we care about something, if we've lost something very dear and near to us, we are going to grieve it. How we grieve it depends very much on our own personal experiences. The process is the same for all of us. It's just how we get through it, and how long it takes. It's just all very individual. So I just wanted to sort of share my thoughts as I was planning on heading out for dinner with my friend who I haven't talked with in a while because she's so busy all the time. And I like to hang out in my own space and do my own thing on social media. And, just I view a lot of YouTube. I find it so interesting, so informative, and so varied. And I love that anybody can open a YouTube channel and share the things that they feel are important to share, whether they're entertainment or information or whatever it might be. So this is in between Christmas and New Year. And so I wish you a very happy 2026 and encourage you to be you. Do the things that help your own sense of well-being in the coming year.